because of the natural resources there.
Oh, I have
A
no
lot of
idea.
salt and a lot of, they make a lot of gunpowder there and so on. So Charleston's a big chemical area.
Charleston,
West Virginia. Yeah. And you went in the plant when I was working for Siemens, and the guy that we were going to go on a tour with to see their high voltage equipment and see what kind of how we could bid repairing the high voltage stuff, and they give you a necklace that you have to wear, and if the necklace goes off or if a general warning sounds, you have to head to certain areas in the plant where there's no exchange of air with the outside.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
This is hazardous to my health.
But this could be hazardous
Just
to your
being
health.
here. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Craziness.
Yeah, there's some strange places in the world. You don't realize them until you get closer to it. Yeah.
And what brought you there?
I was working for Siemens, and we were gonna bid on the repair of their high voltage equipment. And I was the area bigwig.
What sort of high voltage equipment are we talking about?
Usually at the level that's 15,000 volt or below.
Okay.
And it was like, these plants were big enough to have their own substations.
Oh boy.
So they would buy electricity at, 30,000 volt or higher, whatever was distributed in that area. Usually 15,000 volt or below. And so they would bring 15,000 volt in and then they'd step it down to use it in their processes. So step it down normally to, unless they were running like a big oven or something, they would step it down to 480 volt or 460,
Okay.
Wow.
And that's what Mike worked on.
Yeah.
Mike was a high voltage tech. Yeah.
This isn't 110.
110. Oh, 110 will fry you.
Sure.
You don't need a lot of voltage. We hired a guy from NCR. NCR was a big employer in Dayton.
Yeah.
And they tore down a lot of their buildings when they went through a renovation process.
Mm-hmm.
And they generated their own electricity. They had a power plant on the facility over there near UD.
Yeah.
And we hired the guy that ran that.
Just running off the river? Running off the river?
No, burning coal.
Oh, okay.
Burning coal, yeah. It was a coal fired. It was a small plant, but that, compared to a utility, but they still had the voltages that you needed to be able to understand what was going on. So we hired him and started a high voltage repair group in Dayton. And Bill Pickering, he's a funny guy. He'd scare the guys that worked for him with stories about things blowing up because somebody left their tool in their high voltage chamber,
Sure.
And he was funny. He had scars all over him from things blowing up on him. Because what happens if something arcs?
Yeah.
That's
no joke.
It's spitting molten metal out.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah,